For those who are watching this video in anticipation of Season 3, I feel compelled to issue a fair warning. The Witcher does not provide Henry Cavill with a fitting send-off. In fact, it doesn't give him a send-off at all. If you happen to be a casual fan who simply enjoys TV for entertainment, without delving into reviews, news, and analyses before and after each season, you might not realize that you've just witnessed the last of Henry Cavill's portrayal of Geralt of Rivia. Warning, spoilers ahead for Season 3 of The Witcher. While Geralt will indeed make a return in Season 4, he will be portrayed by a different actor as Liam Hemsworth will step into the White Wolf's shoes, in a mid-series recasting that may or may not be addressed on screen. The transition is said to be related to events from the fifth Witcher book, The Lady of the Lake, which are expected to account for changes in Geralt's appearance. Nevertheless, it remains uncertain whether this transformation will be explicitly depicted in the show's universe. The decision to switch Witchers was made late last year, shortly after Cavill believed he would be returning for more Superman movies. This has led to confusion regarding Cavill's departure from the beloved Witcher world. Did he choose to leave, or did producers decide it was time for a change? Was Netflix looking to cut costs in Season 4 by hiring a new actor instead of renegotiating Cavill's salary based on his dedication to the role? Regrettably, I do not possess the answers to these questions, dear viewers. However, I have made a personal decision. For me, The Witcher has reached its end. Season 3 compelled me to take this stance for multiple reasons, and envisioning the show without Henry Cavill's commanding performance is simply unimaginable. The essence that Cavill brought to The Witcher is irreplaceable, and since the series appears reluctant to acknowledge this fact, let us, like Geralt, take matters into our own hands and recognize it ourselves. One of the most glaring issues with Cavill's ending is that it fails to capitalize on the actor's strengths. Undeniably, he excels as an on-screen warrior, but he also possesses a captivating presence when portraying moments of stillness. Throughout the 3 seasons, we have grown to cherish the Geralt who embodies a skilled warrior, a devoted defender, and an emotionally reserved figure. While he readily deploys his combat prowess against monstrous adversaries, it's uncertain whether he derives joy from the struggle. For him, it's merely a job, and he performs it admirably. Yet, it seems that he doesn't revel in facing a never-ending onslaught of grotesque creatures out to kill him. The rare instances of happiness he experiences usually emerge post-victory, whether manifested in his sardonic quips during a battle's turning point or in the solace of a well-deserved soak in a tub afterward. Season 3 initiates with a few glimpses of these moments. As Geralt spends time traversing the countryside with Yennefer and Ciri, he starts to open up to others, both literally, by inviting them into his room for dinner, and figuratively, by allowing them to become part of his life. Despite this newfound sense of comfort with their makeshift family, his inherent cautiousness still prevails, prompting him to whisk them away to another concealed location at the slightest hint of danger. Thus, the cycle continues, as Geralt embarks on hunting escapades with his de facto daughter and longs for his potential wife, who remains just a room away. These scenes carry a certain charm, or, at the very least, they effectively evoke a sense of enjoyment amidst the ever-present peril of their world. Cavill's role might not be particularly demanding in these moments, but the opening travel montage underscores just how crucial he is in making the sequence captivating. His reactions to Yennefer's notes offer subtle glimpses into Geralt's emotions, skillfully conveying his feelings without explicitly spelling them out. This approach works remarkably well, as Geralt is a restrained individual, and it becomes essential to reveal the depths of his character even when he remains silent. One poignant shot occurs when Ciri practices her powers, causing a tree to grow and then fall while Geralt observes from a distance. Although the scene primarily serves to update us on her progress, Cavill's wistful gaze conveys a blend of hope and concern. As the worry slowly eclipses the hope, it serves as the perfect transition for Geralt's decision to escort the trio to a safer location, an act that underscores Cavill's ability to hold the audience's interest, even in seemingly mundane moments. Part of the allure of Cavill's on-screen presence is undoubtedly his imposing size and broad physique, perfectly suited for the cinematic experience, as if his very shoulders were tailor-made for a widescreen canvas. However, it's not just his physicality that makes his portrayal endearing as the paternal grump. Cavill makes charming choices in his performance, adding subtle touches that breathe life into Geralt's character. He emits little grunts at unexpected moments, not just during action sequences but even when he reaches for a simple bowl of yams during dinner. His expressive eyes dart across the scenery, conveying frustration or anger even when directed at nothing in particular. His smiles, though infrequent, reveal a unique sincerity, as if the muscles in the corners of his mouth have not fully acclimated to such expressions. In the realm of The Witcher, Cavill's screen presence becomes pivotal in maintaining the audience's attention. Not every scene can be an action-packed battle, and many fight-free moments are laden with intricate and sometimes bewildering exposition, especially when it comes to the complexities of magic. In such instances, viewers yearn for a respite and an opportunity to effortlessly comprehend what unfolds before their eyes. Cavill fills this need adeptly, forming an instinctual connection with the audience as much as an intellectual one. As a master brooder among the greats of television, he excels in bringing depth and nuance to the character, often standing out as the sole performer capable of achieving this level of engagement. Yet, the battles in Season 3 present a perplexing challenge. The most recent episodes attempt to deliver epic showdowns, particularly in Episode 6. Everybody has a plan till they get punched in the face. However, these battles often devolve into a confusing flurry of CGI effects, with seemingly random deaths and victories determined by sheer anger. The result is less of a grand battle and more of an arbitrary and excessively lengthy bloodbath. It becomes evident that most fights, especially those not involving Geralt, lack the same captivating punch. While credit certainly goes to the choreographers and stunt teams who meticulously orchestrate the mayhem, a well-deserved shout-out to Emmy nominee Adam Horton for stunt coordination in 2022, one must also acknowledge Cavill's contribution, as his absence from the fray seems to correlate with a noticeable decline in the excitement and engagement of these scenes. Let's take a closer look at his final showdown. Fueled by anger at the border guard's discriminatory behavior and determined to prove his recovery from a previous beating, Cavill's Geralt bravely takes on an entire squad of soldiers single-handedly. The encounter begins with a brutal strike, breaking his opponent's nose and causing blood to spurt forth. Subsequent moves showcase a blend of grace and power, as he expertly knocks a soldier's helmet askew with a smooth swing and continues his assault with a relentless and unwavering determination. Directed by Bola Ogun, the sequence, while satisfying in its individual components, may feel a bit too choppy in terms of transitions and perspective. Nevertheless, it contains moments of pure satisfaction, illustrating Geralt's incredible strength and skill. From holding off two guards simultaneously with an axe and sword in each hand to executing a dancer's jump turn to take them down, the sequence showcases the masterful combat abilities of the White Wolf. Moments of sheer might, such as using the butt of his axe to send a guard crashing into a tree stump with force or impaling an opponent through two pieces of armor, add to the visceral appeal. Undoubtedly, these intense action-packed moments have always been part of the allure of The Witcher, and one could argue that providing Cavill with a closing battle serves as a fitting send-off. However, the context of this showdown largely diminishes its significance, if it can even be considered a send-off at all. Geralt's demonstration of prowess is primarily driven by the devastating defeat he suffered just a few episodes prior. Consequently, he has been relatively absent from the final two episodes, and since Cavill's portrayal of Geralt will not return for Season 4, the character won't have the chance to overcome his most formidable adversary. While I understand that the series must move forward without him to tell its best story, these concluding episodes are unfortunately filled with empty bravado and notably lack the captivating charm Cavill brings to the character. As a result, they fail to deliver the heroic send-off that was once promised. Cavill's commanding presence carried The Witcher for 3 remarkable seasons, and yet the series seemingly couldn't be bothered to grant him a proper and in-character farewell. A winking closing line or one last knowing stare just left of camera could have sufficed, a subtle nod to acknowledge the end of an era. The phrase end of an era is often overused, but in the case of The Witcher, it's aptly applicable as the show embarks on uncharted territory in Season 4. There are few elements of the series without Cavill that are currently working, and expecting another actor to seamlessly step in and replicate the same raw charisma while replacing a beloved fan favorite is undoubtedly an incredibly tall order. Perhaps I may tune in to see how the replacement endeavor unfolds, but truth be told, I fear that I've tossed my last coin to The Witcher, and it rightfully belongs in Cavill's pocket. His portrayal of Geralt has left an indelible mark on the series, making it difficult to envision its future without him.